Hi everybody, this is AJ from Horizon Driving School. We're doing Hartlepool test route number 4 today. Okay then, as with all previous videos then, don't try and learn the test route, just try and get very familiar with the areas. Now as you can see here, we're starting off at Hartlepool Test Centre, not actually from the car park itself, that is just to the right of us, and the reason is because we've got test vehicles in there already waiting to go out. So what we don't want to do is cause them any inconvenience at all. Okay then, right, so here we go then. We're with Jamie today. Jamie is test ready, and yeah, off we go. So we're approaching the junction, and again, appropriate speed so we can see what's going on. We are sitting waiting obviously for vehicles coming. We've got the vehicle coming straight ahead. Is he turning left or right? He's going to go left. So he's basically getting a priority from us. And then with the Range Rover itself, that's turning right. So it should mean that we can go quite safely, which we do. So at the end of the road, then we are going to be turning left. Notice that the road, turning right. Notice how the road splits into two. Now this is a junction people do fail at. There is no waiting area in the middle of this junction. You can see there by the arrow, it is just for a right turn only. Don't be tempted to do one carriageway and then the other. So when you come down this way, then there's a very good chance that you may go into this car park to do your bay parking. And one of the big things to remember on this particular route is the change of speed. If we do continue straight down into Seed and Carew, you will notice that there is 30 mile an hour and 20 mile an hour, and then back up to 40s. And just keep an eye on the speed limits. So try and just relax. This is your driving test. By now we should be thinking, yeah, I'm just driving, nothing different. Here comes our first speed change down to 30. Make sure you check those mirrors and you're doing 30 before you go through the actual signs. Now it's actually a little while since I did this recording, so if I get the direction wrong, do forgive me. But it should be pretty obvious from watching where we're going. I mean, look at that view, looking all the way through to Saltburn and Huntcliffe. So here we go, entering Seaton Canoe. And we're taking a right turn, which I believe is called Queen Street. Now this is quite a narrow road. Make sure you're looking into the road before you enter to make sure that it is safe to continue. As you can see, buses do use this road. Now the bus has pulled into the bus stop and it is quite a narrow gap. So again, less space, less speed. See, Jamie went through there a little bit quick and he also admitted it himself. And you can see we're now coming to a crossroads with a give way. It is a closed junction. You do need to slow down and make sure that you can see what's coming both ways. Now don't get confused here. The road does go around to the right. Last thing we want to do is end up in Seabreeze Park. Might be a night place. I don't know. So at the end of the road, we will be turning left. Again, appropriate speed to give yourself time to look into the junction and make your decision. Keeping an eye on the dog on the left. Luckily, it was on a lead. But you need to have a look and think, is it an extendable lead? Can it get onto the road? Are you going to have to take action? Now, even though we do have the priority, if somebody is already committed, then we need to let them through. So as I say, we have the priority. If somebody's coming through, again, we need to let them come through. At the end of the road, then we should be turning right. Again, approaching at appropriate speed, making sure that you can see what's coming both ways and making that decision. As you can see, Jamie has been able to see into the junction nice and early, and he's made that decision to continue. Checking either side of the zebra crossing as you approach. If anybody is approaching, it looks like they could be crossing, ensure you slow down, ready to stop. So you can see we're turning left into the next road. If I knew Hartlepool that well, I would also tell you what the road names are. So slowing things down then. Now normally we would not go onto the junction, however Jamie decided that because the bus is so much bigger he would move across into the junction. He did check to his left to ensure there was no vehicles there. Normally we would hold back from the junction. But as you can see, this road is quite busy with parked cars. Make sure you're looking ahead, watching what's going on and taking the appropriate action, whether you stay, slow down or stop. Now, where you're going to be turning right at this junction, notice the arrow telling you must turn left. This is now a little one-way section. And just like the junction coming out of the test centre, we've got 2 lanes to go into. You can just see the right arrow telling us that we need to be onto the right-hand side for turning right. And then noting the speed change. It is not 40 until you pass the signs. And again, checking on that speed there, up to 50 miles an hour. So take these moments just to relax and enjoy the drive. It's just a nice straight road. No junctions, roundabouts or anything to worry about. If you do make a mistake on your test, do not dwell on that mistake. You can't change it, you can't do anything about it. It's pointless worrying about it. Panicking and worrying just makes things worse. Okay, we can see the roundabout sign there, and we should be turning right at the roundabout third exit. Again, coming at appropriate speed. It is a large roundabout, so you should be able to see quite early on whether you can go or not. As we can see there, Jamie has been able to continue straight onto the roundabout. And then checking centre mirror and left door mirror. Make sure that you look over that left shoulder also, all over to the left. So make sure nobody has come round. Check centre mirror and right mirror and accelerating away back up to 50 miles an hour. We want to be going with the flow of traffic. Roundabout, we're going straight ahead, second exit. We should be checking those mirrors, noting that speed change, bringing our speed down to an appropriate speed. Again, we can see clearly into this roundabout, and that it's safe to continue. Again, we've got faded road markings. Try and keep either to the left or to the right. In the distance, we've got a truck which is parked up. At this point, we should have checked our mirrors, centre and right, and we should be moving out nice and early, as Jamie is doing so. Checking centre door mirror, centre and left door mirror to come back into the normal driving position. It's just a nice, lovely, long, straight road. Just try and relax. By now you should be relaxed anyway, as you're probably realising you're just out driving, doing what you do normally with your instructor. We've got another speed change coming up just here, 20 miles an hour. However, notice it's when lights flash. So we should be going straight ahead of this roundabout, second exit, taking in the information, telling us that the road is going to be narrowing. And we've got another speed change of 30 miles an hour. Stay back from the truck. Even though there's two lanes here, the truck hasn't given us any room to get alongside it, which is good. That is the worst place you could be, is trying to get up on the inside of a truck. Always stay back from trucks, particularly at roundabouts and junctions. They are so much bigger, they need a lot of room. Checking centre mirror and right door mirror, noticing the speed change, and away we go. As we can see there by the camera, it's still nice and sunny, however, good old Hartlepool, it's raining. At the next roundabout then we're going straight ahead, second exit. That speed change back down to 30. Again, looking into the roundabout as we approach, making sure that we get into the correct lane, left-hand lane. Again, I keep saying this, the road markings are faded. Do your very best to stay in the correct lane. As we can see there, Jamie hasn't. He's actually straddled the lanes. That's going to be a faulty lane discipline. So next roundabout, we should be going straight ahead, second exit. Now this time we have a lane which filters off to the left. And then we have our lane which is going straight ahead. Again, very faded marks, but we can just to say make them out, keeping in the left-hand lane as we go around. Remember the rules on the roundabout, whatever lane you enter, stay in it. Do not cross the white lines unless you are turning right, and then you can cross your white lines to come off. Again, back down to 30 miles an hour. Checking centre mirror and right door mirror. Pedestrian crossing, make sure you check either side of that for anybody pressing the button. And you see there we're turning left. And you see we've got parked cars either side and a van coming towards us. Again, bring your speed down. Less space, less speed. Again, note the speed change down to 20 miles an hour if lights are flashing. This is usually around school areas, which you can see there on the left-hand side. And again, checking either side of the crossing to make sure. Keep an eye on that car. That's nipped out a little bit too far, but we were at a nice steady speed. We were able to work out what was happening there. Right, this has got to be my favourite roundabout in the world. As you can see from the sign, right-hand lane to go straight ahead. And this has got it's got to be the biggest mini roundabout in the world. However, you must go around the white paint. Don't be tempted to cut across. Plenty of space for us to get through with the other car coming the opposite way. However, keep an eye on it. So we are turning right. We're going to head back in towards the town centre. So we've got the car door there open on the left hand side. This is why we give passing vehicles a door's width, just in case somebody happens to open the door. You've got a chance of avoiding them. And again, if you can't give that door's width, slow it down so you've got less speed. quite simply put, when driving, you need to be driving at an appropriate speed that you're able to react. Now, we've got a red traffic light ahead of us. Some of you might have just noticed there that Jamie has, in fact, stopped opposite this junction, and he is currently blocking the junction. At the moment, he's okay. However, if a vehicle does want to go down there, you could be looking at a test fail because he has inconvenienced another road user. Quite simply, if you can't clear a junction, stay back so people can still get down there. So at the traffic lights then, we are turning left. We start to make our way back onto the final leg, back towards the test centre. However, don't relax, you still need to concentrate on what you're doing. The test isn't over until you get back into the test centre. Handbrake is applied and the engine is switched off. Now we're turning right at the roundabout, third exit, again looking into the junction. Jamie could see that the car was coming round, so he prepared and stopped. And he's checking centre mirror and left door mirror, and this is where he's crossing over lanes. So you can see he's been in the right hand lane to go around, and obviously he's got to cross the line into the next lane to come back off. That should be the only time you move across in a lane on a roundabout. So you can see this time then, Jamie has learnt his lesson and he has stopped short of the junction, which is allowing people to get into the junction. Well done, Jamie. Okay, again, coming into the roundabout nice and steady, watching what's going on, making your decision, and again, keeping in your lane, not crossing lines. Indication is on now. Now, this roundabout, I always suggest that you try and get your indication off early because of this left turn immediately as you come off the roundabout. Some people will think you are turning down there. Okay, moving up to red light. Let's see if we can keep it moving. Luckily for us, it's gone green and we can. Eco driving. See that the car in front has had to slow down because the truck, as mentioned before, needs a lot more space. See there, Jamie has come far too close. What I would have done in that situation is held back, let the car turn in front of him, and by that time the other vehicle would have gone past. Now he made that a little bit more difficult than what it needed to be, however he still did it quite safely. Now as you can see straight ahead there are vehicles waiting to go out on test, so we're not going to go into the test centre, so we'll end things there. Any comments, let me know down in the comments box. Take care.